What's going on, everyone, and welcome to today's tutorial video. I'm going to be showing you how to mod Cuphead today. This has been a highly requested video tutorial, so without further ado, let's get on with it. So the first thing you're going to need to do is run Cuphead in Legacy, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Find Cuphead inside your Steam library, right click on it, go to Properties, then click on Betas. Then in the list here, you have to select Legacy, no patches. It's very important that you do this because you will not be able to use any mods that I'm going to be showing in the video unless you are running the game in Legacy. You're going to see Cuphead updating on Steam. This just means that it's reverting to the Legacy version because at this point you are probably running the game on the latest patch. The next thing you're going to want to do is download UnityEX. This is the tool that we're going to be using in order to mod the game. It's quite simple to download. I've got a link in the description that I've provided for Google Drive. All you need to do is click download up in the top right here to download UnityEX. The next thing you're going to want to do is download the Bendy mod pack that I've put together. I've made it much easier for you guys to install the mod. I had a bit of trouble with it initially because the author has abandoned this mod. So I've made it a lot easier for everyone. I've put everything together in a pack. All you need to do is click download all from the link in the description, again from Google Drive, to download all of the pieces you're going to need for this mod, all included inside the pack. Okay, so now what we're going to do is use UnityEX in order to extract textures out of Cuphead. So first of all, we're going to go to the folder where we have Cuphead's data and textures. Right click on Cuphead in your Steam library, go to Manage, and then go to Browse Local Files. Then you need to click on Cuphead Data. Scroll down until you find Shared Assets. All of these sharedassets.asset files contain all of the textures in the entire game, be they characters or other sprite sheets or environment artwork. Everything is packed together inside these .asset files. What we're going to need to do is go to Shared Assets 8 because this is where Cuphead and Mugman's character sprite sheets are located. Then you're going to want to open UnityEX and drag Shared Assets 0.8 across. After you've dragged Shared Assets 8.assets into UnityEX, just check in the top right to make sure you've put it in there correctly. It should just say Shared Assets 8.assets there. What you're going to do next is right click at the top of the list and select all. Incredibly important that you do this or you're going to miss certain frames or certain sprites in an animation and it's going to look like a mess. So you really want to select absolutely everything. You're going to right click again and do not click export selected, click export with convert. You must click export with convert because what this will do is convert all of these images so we can modify them. So we're going to click export with convert and then just wait for a moment whilst UnityEX converts it. You're going to see this progress bar going across there. If you see not responding, please do not worry. It's doing its thing. Now it's finished. There we go. Excellent. What you're going to do is head back into the Cuphead data folder and you're going to see Unity Assets files. Open this up and what we've now done is we have exported Shared Assets 8 out of Cuphead and I'm going to show you what it looks like to avoid any confusion. If you scroll down inside the textures folder, you're going to see all of Cuphead and Mugman's different animation sheets, including unused beta and test sheets such as this. What we are going to do is replace all of these sprite sheets for both Cuphead and Mugman using Bendy and the Ink Machine themed sprites. So what we're going to do next is open the Bendy mod pack that I provided and you're going to click on Bendy replacement in game. I've split these into 3 different files because of the fact that they need to be put into very different shared asset.asset packs. But first of all, if we open replacement in game, go into shared assets.8 And all of these textures you see here are Bendy and the Ink Machine themed. What you're going to do is press Control A in order to select everything inside the Bendy replacement in-game mod folder from the mod pack. You're going to drag it across into Shared Assets 8. You're going to get a prompt that says, would you like to replace the files? Click the top one there, replace the files in the destination. So now you should see all of these sprite sheets change into the Bendy sprite sheets instead. There we are. Excellent. That's working as intended. You're now going to go back to UnityEX, and with everything still selected here, you're going to click Import Files. So what we've done there is we have extracted the textures. We have then replaced those textures with the Bendy textures, and we're putting them back into the game by pressing Import. This is the basis of how we are going to be putting new textures into the game. It might come across as overwhelming or intimidating when you're first looking at this, but when you get the hang of it, it's really not too difficult. It took me a while to figure out how this system works, but when you have it down, it's not so bad. After you've done that, we're going to boot the game up to see that it has worked. And what should happen now is all of Cuphead's textures will be replaced with Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine, and all of Mugman's textures will be replaced with Boris from Bendy and the Ink Machine. So let's boot the game up just now and have a look.
Here's a real high-class stuff. Here goes.
So the mod is working for when we are in-game. You might have noticed that Cuphead and Mugman still have their original appearances on the overworld. That's because we haven't finished installing the mod yet, but I'm going to show you the rest of it just in a second. In order to install the other parts of this mod, which replace the cards for the equipment and the overworld sprites, we're going to have to use different shared assets files. So in order to finish installing the mod, you have to follow the same process that I've just shown you, but for a different asset file. So if we open the Bendy mod pack again, and go this time to Bendy Replacement Overworld, you'll see that the folder is for Shared Assets 3. So if we go to our Cuphead data, go to sharedassets.assets, and we will drag that again into UnityEX. Repeat the same thing as I showed you last time. Right click, select all, right click again, export with convert. Again, very important that you use the convert so we're able to replace the files or modify them in any way. Go back again, and you should see again in Unity Assets files we've got Shared Assets 3. Go into Textures, go into this folder here, RES Shared Assets 3, and replace those files with the Bendy replacement mod. And you're going to just do this for every single new thing that you want to install. To replace the equipment cards that you see when you are equipping items as Mugman and Cuphead is a little bit different. If you open the Bendy replacement cards from the Bendy mod pack, you will see that the folder is called RES Resources. We are still going to be installing the mod in the same way, although we are not going to be using a .assets folder. We're going to be using resources.assets. So drag resources.assets into UnityEX, select all, export with convert, and then we're going to be replacing the resources in the same way that we replace the textures. Go back again to Unity Assets Files, open Resources, open Textures, open RES Resources in the top left, go into the Bendy mod folder. use Control A to select everything inside the Bendy mod folder. Drag those over into the resources folder. Again, we're going to replace the files in the destination. We're going to go back to UnityEX, and with everything still selected here from resources.assets, we're going to import the files again. Once you've done this, we should now have full textures for Cuphead and Mugman on the overworld and in-game, and for their equipment cards. So that's going to be everything from me. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope it's useful for you. If you have any questions at all, please let me know in the comments below. I will do my best to help you. But this is the basis of how you install any mod into Cuphead. I wanted to show the Bendy and the Ink Machine mod as an example to demonstrate how we are going to be installing these mods. That's the end of the video. Catch you next time. Breadbin out.